Hey, what's going, y'all? It is yours truly once again.
Well, this is sort of the basics of black knighting. Just giving the whole idea behind scorched earth. That's pretty much all you need to think about to help you pretty much put together this idea of a black knight. And if you look at these times, it's getting similar to that. If you look at everything that's taking place amongst the feminine and the masculine, you'll realize that modern femininity is not modest for the most part. Or you could just say modern is not modest in regards to femininity. Look around you. So when you're out there and you run into all these damsels and you run into all these spinsters, you just have to know that most of them are not modest, whether she's been touched or untouched. There's only a few of them that are modest, whether they've been touched or not. So you just have to not touch them initially. You have to always walk with your wits about. Keep things at a distance. I've always been the type to not open up doors for a feminine gender if I don't know her or if she doesn't appreciate my presence. Because we just live in times where they want to feel validated. They could care less about validating you. Not that a man asks for validation, but yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know about a lot of fellas, but hey, I don't mind it when a chick acknowledge. I don't mind when she acknowledges something cool about me. I don't mind that at all. I'm not arrogant. You'll have some guys, a chick will be like, "You're so handsome, you're cute," and then he'll be like, "You're welcome," or something like that, or "I know I am." I just be like, "Thanks," because it's just rare to even get a compliment. But it's still all about how you carry yourself overall as an individual that walks amongst this idea of a black knight. I think overall you just have to just remain this individual that, okay, even though modern femininity for the most part isn't modest, that's pretty much the way she has to be in your life because you follow the ancient codes. You live amongst the ancient ways every single day. And so she has to be old school, basically. There has to be that soulful, old school kind of love that she must exhibit. If not, then yeah, she's not the type you want to keep around. So yeah, for the most part, she has to be modest. In my opinion, she has to dress modest. She's not trying to be a sore thumb or make you out to be a target. Because let's say she's looking very provocative around you. If she's looking provocative around you, well, that's a target. Other guys are looking. More than likely, other white knights are out there looking at what you, as a black knight, have amongst you. So limiting your time you're around a feminine gender, as well as how she is amongst you publicly, is very important. And even be limited with that as well. Because you see all these guys that are out here, these females that aren't women in most of these guys' lives, most of these females that aren't women in a lot of these guys' lives, they just really just hanging out with a dude just to hang out, just to say, "I did it." Even though this guy's tricking off every time he takes her out. I'm like, well, when will she take me out? Fellas, she should take you out sometimes. She should. If she doesn't, well, she's not modest at all. Not at all. And the guy himself, he might not be thinking about the fact that he's tricking off. Or maybe he just doesn't care that he is. Or maybe he goes by that statement that it ain't tricking if you got it. Another cliche out there, right? He might just be glad that he has a feminine gender that has certain attributes about herself, certain assets, if you will. She has certain assets and tutorials, if you know what I'm talking about. But here's the thing about that. She might be built like that, but she also has guilt like that. And that's something that a lot of people don't want to understand, at least a lot of these guys. She might be built like that, but she's got guilt like that. And basically the love that you might have for her is overall killed like that at any given moment. So you always want to deal with her from her internal, not her external. That's the main goal. And that's why you got to get past that. You got to get past all this other stuff that we like to look at on the outside, the fleshly aspects, the not so modest parts. The funny thing is that all the things that don't make her so modest is the same things that she feels makes her a goddess. But she's not really a goddess unless she is the essence of a godly man. That's the only way to me that she's actually a goddess. Of course, I believe the modern day godly man is a black knight. You have other types of guys out there, and nothing against them at all, but I believe the black knight type of an individual represents the highest amongst the high out there. He has no label, and he can see right through the not so modest of the feminine gender. He's the type of guy that he longs for a twilight, but rarely sees it, but will not settle for anything less than the twilight from a feminine gender. If she doesn't come off as that, he doesn't really want any other type of feminine gender to take on his light, his essence of his godliness. She's not a true goddess, therefore she's not truly modest in all of her ways. Signing out.